Is Indigo Park a Garten of Banban ripoff? No! The answer is no. Like, don't get me wrong, this game isn't perfect, but like, it's comparing Nutella with, Manuela. So, Indigo Park is a new mascot indie horror game. Because we need more of those... No, okay, I am willing to give this game a fair shot, like it deserves. I saw some people on Twitter praising it, and so it piqued my interest. I am gonna talk about this game, what I think of it, and if I think it's just more than mascot horror slop. Finally, I make a non-FNAF video. Finally, I can take a break from Frederick Fazbear. Like and subscribe, and let's start. So, I think before we talk about the actual game, it's important to mention that this game is divided into chapters, just like the rest of these mascot horror games. And this first one is free, so I'm willing to give it more slack. I mean, in all these cases, the later chapters improve a lot. Also, many people, well, not many, just some have pointed out the similarities between this game and Banban. Buddy, come here. Closer. Closer. Have you fucking seen Banban? Okay, gotta calm down, this is not a Banban video. People compare the two because in this one you run away from a bird, just like in Banban 1. There is more though. The creator of this game, Unique Geese, made a Garten of Banban remake. And you know, it turned the first chapter of Banban into something that doesn't suck all the enjoyment out of your soul. But I am gonna compare Indigo Park to other indie horror games quite a bit in this video. And I'm gonna do that because I wanna showcase what I think makes Indigo Park stand out. With that, let's forget Banban. I need to keep my blood pressure down. How's the game itself? I think it's best to start with the presentation. I like the main menu, all the UI, the creepy background. I think it's good at showing what you're, well, about to experience. Also, there's no stupid fucking merch button. You know, those silly little buttons that take you to your favorite Jumbo Josh shirt or scary Huggy Wuggy pillow plush. Isn't that just great? The game immediately showing you the merch button from the very beginning. Right now is where I would advertise my merch, if I had any. The intro of the game has some cool visuals depicting your sick gaming setup and you actually going to the park, along with introducing you to some lore. All of this is really well made, like the video segments, the park itself, and this rambly raccoon figure looks great. I need this figure, it looks so cute, it looks amazing. You know what, I'll check out the newest YouTube's merch. Oh, sorry rambly, Jumbo Josh and Pillabird are going first. Okay, let's talk about the game itself. No more rambling about Banban. This game gives me a lot of security breach vibes, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I haven't discovered any bugs. What I mean is, I feel like the structure is sorta similar, along with the visuals. Like when I see piles of trash alongside some themed trash cans and plushies, that just screams security breach for me. And you know what? The game looks good. It looks amazing. The game looks good. Of course, it isn't perfect. Some areas look amazing, while others a little underwhelming. Also, I noticed that sometimes a lot of models are reused. Just something I noticed. It's not as bad as... Okay, I will stop. That was the last one. Any more and Jumbo Josh is gonna... So, we get introduced to Rambly the raccoon. I don't know what it is about this creature, but I love him. He's very cute, very nice, has an amazing voice. Make a plushie out of him, please. Anyway, the animation is amazing, I'm not kidding. Rambly feels so energetic. He feels like he was lifted right out of a cartoon. And that fucking voice acting, it's a voice that fits him perfectly. He's our companion and he tells us what to do. We just have to do some basic stuff, find gears, activate the entrance. You talk a little with the most charismatic raccoon to ever exist along the way, and you get introduced to the characters. But watch out, along the way you can see one of them creepily stalking you. Oh, I forgot to mention, the whole park is broken. Sometimes you have to do stuff like repair the ride. I like the characters, they have fun designs. We only get to see a little of them, which is understandable, this is the first chapter. Also, it's pretty funny how Rambly just fucking hates Lloyd, and this statue made me laugh a little for some reason, you know, because it looks like the real-life Mickey and Walt Disney statue. Also, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I like that they shifted us Freddy's reference. I was quite surprised to hear it, honestly. Wait, hold on a sec. Why are these cookies moldy, but these other pastries are not? Boo! Unrealistic. Anyway, what I like is that you have collectibles. Once you pick them up, you are able to go to this info kiosk, and Rambly will say something about your collectible. I like this, it actually gives you a reason to collect the collectibles. You know, unlike Security Breach that gave you some PNGs you could look at. Whoa! I own a Monty Pinata PNG! We get to the more horror bits. We go backstage and have to wander through this box maze. But the atmosphere was quite tense. This big storage area you were walking through had an unnerving atmosphere. It felt like anything was gonna jump out at any moment. This is where we get to the first scares, and I don't think the designs of these characters are too creepy. However, I'm unsure on why. Like for example the lion, Lloyd. What we usually expect is for these guys to just go after us and kill us. But surprisingly, we see him be quite vulnerable. Like he tried to attack us but got stopped, and then later he tried to do it again, but it seems like maybe our wristband did something. I think this is quite interesting, and although I am kind of disappointed that the designs aren't a bit creepier, I think they do what they set out to do, and to be fair, I don't think it would make sense for these characters to be these ultra creepy monsters. One thing that really surprised me was the 2D platformer minigame. It was simple but really fun. It reminded me of the Kirby N64 game. It was a unique addition that I feel fleshed out the world. Like here's the thing. We see the characters interact with each other and clearly have some biases over who they like and who they don't. They have personalities. And I feel like that makes it easier to immerse yourself into the world of Indigo Park and these characters. You know, actually recognize them as real characters and not just lifeless husks that want to eat your guts. You do some puzzles and the big chase scene starts. It's nothing spectacular, just pick the right directions and go. It's kinda basic and doesn't offer a lot of new— What the fuck?! Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that brutal. I expected the door to close in the bird's face, but to not cut the head off spewing blood everywhere. Did I mention that the animation in this game is really good, along with the art? You have a little heart-to-heart moment with Rambly and basically the game is over. So, I really love Rambly and the presentation. You can really see the effort and passion put into this project. However, there is a big problem I have, and before I say it, I know that this is just chapter 1, I get that, and I hope it improves, and I believe it will. The gameplay. I don't think it's just that good. There's a lot of walking, and while the 2D minigame was cool, there were few puzzles and one chase sequence. A lot of the game was just walking. And although I get that you kind of need to establish a good atmosphere to get the player to fully understand the scope of Indigo Park and how big it was, some parts of it were boring. Thankfully, there aren't any stupid robots walking around that if you don't dodge you get an enemy teleported to you. The game looks good for the most part. I like the character designs, although I don't think they fit a horror game like I said. And the voice acting is superb. I just wish that in the future chapters there's more gameplay, because that's honestly the weakest aspect of chapter 1. Also, this isn't important at all, but right when I beat the game, a thunderstorm happened. Coincidence? I think not. Also yeah, that ending song is cute. So this game is absolutely not a blatant copy of something like Banban or Poppy Playtime. I think it can stand its own ground. There's fun characters and I'm really excited for chapter 2. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't planning on playing this game until I heard it's good. There's a lot of these indie mascot horror games, but I gave it a shot and I really enjoyed it. Do I think it's worth playing? Definitely. It's not perfect at all, there are still many flaws, but for a free chapter 1, it does its job introducing you to the characters and showing the game off. In conclusion, yeah, game good, game nice. It's definitely not like a 10 out of 10, I mean it is a chapter 1, but I have high hopes. But what do you think? Do you think this is something unique or just another generic indie horror game? Are you excited for chapter 2? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This was GameSpeaking, and goodbye.